Hello, my dear friends. I am Tarun Jain from Tarun Tutorials. Now today I am discussing with you topic on quadratic equations for 10th CBSE. So I hope you know what a quadratic equation is. A polynomial that is having degree of 2 is known as a quadratic equation, for which standard form of quadratic equation we generally take is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So x is variable over here and a, b are constants. So this is the standard form of a quadratic equation. So what a quadratic equation is, let us take an example. Let us suppose whether we want to know that whether this is a quadratic equation or not. Like equation is given to you, x minus 2 whole square plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 3. You want to know whether this is a quadratic equation or not. What you can do is just try to solve it out, expand the equation. It comes out to be x minus 2 whole square, that means a square minus 2ab plus b square. So you can take like this, 2x minus 3. Now you can solve it out. You can further solve it out in this manner. It will be x square, and if you take 2x over here, you get minus 6x, and then it is plus 8, that is equal to 0. So this equation can be called as like it is in the form of this ax square plus bx plus c, that is equal to 0. We take one more example here, like what you can take this example as, let us take one more example, x plus 2 whole cube, that is x cube minus 4. If this is the equation, so you try to solve this x plus 2 whole cube. So you can use an identity over here, a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3ab and a plus b. In that manner you can solve it out. Got it? So once you put this identity, you get x cube plus 6x square plus 12x plus 8 is equal to x cube minus 4. X cube cancels. So on the very first instant it was appearing that it is a cubic polynomial, cubic equation, but as you can see here that after solving it out, you get such type of equation. You take 6 as common from it and you get like this. So this is also a quadratic equation. So only just seeing that whether it is a quadratic equation or not, it doesn't solve our purpose. What you have to do is you have to just to solve it out to very simplest form, and then only you will be able to know about it, whether the equation is quadratic or not. Now we can take more examples. Here you want to find out the root. You have to find out the root. Find roots of this equation. 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0. And you can take one more example, like 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2. Come on to the very first point. What you have to do is you have to just to solve it by factorization method. How you can do? You just split its middle term. So I hope you know how to split it. The product should be 6 and the sum of it should be minus 5. So what factors you get is, it will be, just think about it, what factors you can get is minus 2x minus 3x, it is 5x, and if you multiply minus 2 and minus 3 you get 6. So in this manner you can take the common like this, 2x minus 3 and x minus 1 becomes the two factors, and So if 2x minus 3 equal to 0 or x minus 1 equal to 0, either of these two terms should be 0 so that you can get the product as 0. So you get x is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to 1. So two solutions you get, two roots you get of x by simple factorization method. What more you can do is, here also similarly you are to solve it out. The sum should be minus 2 root 6 and the product should be 6. 3 to the 6, 3 into 2 is 6, so you get as like this. Got it? So what you can do is just take common from these. So this is what you can get, root 3x will be common. So root 3x remains here and only minus root 2 remains here. Similarly, what you can get common from here is minus root 2 and similarly root 3x minus square root 2 equal to 0. Both these two factors should be same. So root 3x minus square root 2 square root 3x minus square root 2. Got it? So what you are getting is either this should be 0. So root 3x minus square root 2 is equal to 0 and you get x is equal to square root 2 by 3. So only same you will get square root 2 by 3 for both. So here the two roots of x are same, as you can see here. Both the two roots are same here. Now what you can do is, the next topic you can we discuss here, how to know the quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? Got it? What is a quadratic formula? Let us suppose ax square plus bx plus c is the standard form of equation. So to know the nature of roots, what you can do is you just find out the discriminant. You find out the discriminant, that is d, which that will be b square minus 4ac. So what will happen if d is greater than 0, then you will get real roots. Means d should be positive. If d is less than 0, non-real roots. So in that case you won't be solving the question in your 10th standard, it will come in your higher classes. If d is equal to 0, that means equal roots. So just calculating the d, value of d, that is the discriminant, you can get to know that what type of roots you will get. So in case of real and this equal roots, you have to solve the question. Got it? So for solving the question means for real roots or equal roots, you can say that d should be greater than or equal to 0. So this is discriminant. And to find out the two roots are alpha and beta, let us suppose. So what will be the formula for that? Minus b plus root d upon 2a. For alpha, let us suppose, and minus b minus root d upon 2a, that is for beta. Alpha and beta are just hypothetical roots that we have taken. So minus b plus square root d upon 2a and minus b minus square root d upon 2a. This is the quadratic formula. How you get this quadratic formula? We will try to solve it out. Just see how you get the quadratic formula. So to know the quadratic formula, to derive it out, quadratic formula, what you will do is, we will solve it out by method of completing squares. By method of completing squares. Got it? So let us suppose this is the equation, the standard equation, quadratic equation. So what you will do in the very first instant, divide the whole equation by the coefficient of x square. So x square, the coefficient of x square is a here. So what you will do, divide it like this. Now what you have to do is just take the coefficient of x Remember the method what I am using here. Just take the coefficient of x, that is b upon a. Just take half of that coefficient. Got it? Like this. Put this value same here. Take half of this coefficient like this and square of it. Once you add, and just take its negative also, additive inverse also. So this is the way. So it will neutralize the fact. You are adding and subtracting the same. Got it? Now what you will do is, you are adding and subtracting the same. Now you just try to solve it out. Add these three. This will give you a formula, that is a plus b whole square. Let us suppose the identity was x plus y whole square, or this is the identity, let us suppose. So it is the formula that is being used here. This is the identity that we are using here. Got it? So what you will get is x plus b upon 2a whole square. A plus b whole square, or x plus y whole square. This is x, this is y, and if you sort it out just using the identity, you will get this very result. Now b square from 4a square plus c upon a equal to 0. X plus b upon 2a whole square. What you get is b square like this minus c upon a. That comes out to be in this manner. You will get b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. Got it? Now what you will get is x plus b upon 2a. You just take the square root of here, this, and you will get plus minus b square minus 4ac upon this 2a. So x will be equal to minus b upon 2a. Got it? Like this. And so if you take b upon 2a to this side, plus minus square root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, or you can say that minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is the quadratic formula. So plus minus will give you the two values of x that you are searching for. Got it? I hope you are getting what I want to say here. So in very short sense, what you get is x is equal to minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. What d is, as I have told you earlier, d is nothing but discriminant, and the value of discriminant is b square minus 4ac. So you can write it in this manner as well. Got it? Now I take a very simple example here. Let us take a very simple example, and you want to solve this equation by using method of completing squares. This is the equation: x square minus 6x minus 2 equal to 0. 5x square minus 6x minus 2 equal to 0. So what you will do in the very first step, you just divide the whole equation by the coefficient of x square, that is like this, divided by 5. So you divide the whole equation by 5. You get the values like this. Now what you will do, take the coefficient of x, just half it, half the value of this coefficient, and square of it like this, as I have told you earlier. So what you will get is like this. Just step by step. You don't need to panic. Just follow the step that what I am teaching you here. Now what you will get, just add these, and you will get x minus 6 upon 10 whole square minus 36 upon 100 minus 2 upon 5 equal to 0. So x minus 10, 6 upon 10 whole square is equal to, what you get is, just take both these here on the other side, then you will get like this. So that is 76 upon 100, or you can say 19 upon 25. So what you will get is x minus 6 by 10 is equal to square root of this plus minus 19 upon 25. That is, what is x is, x will be equal to 6 by 10, got it, plus minus root 19 by 5, or you can say that it will be equal to 3 plus minus root 19 upon 5. So you get two values of x. It's very simple, 3 plus minus root 19 upon 5. I hope you are getting my point. So to solve this value for x, first step you should follow is just uh, take into consideration whether what d is, and if d is giving the value of d is either positive or 0, got it, then only you should follow all these steps. I hope you are getting here what we are going with. So now let us take some more examples here. How you should go ahead with it. Just see. There is another example. Let us suppose this is an example here. 2x square minus 2 root 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So for if our equation is like this, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, then what you can see is, let us suppose a is 2 here, b is minus 2 root 2, c is equal to 1. So first of all find out the discriminant, b square minus 4ac. So what will be the value of this b square minus 4ac? b is minus 2 root 2, that means 8. It becomes 8 minus 8, that is 0. So value is 0 means you will be getting equal roots. That is the main thing. Now what you will do, just try to solve for x. It is minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. It's very simple. Minus b is means minus 2 root 2, that is 2 root 2, plus minus 0 upon 2a. A is 4. Got it? 2a becomes 4. So what you get is 2 root 2 upon 4. That is like this. So you get, in this manner you will get like this. So 1 upon square root 2. So two values of 1 upon square root 2. So x will be 1 upon square root 2, 1 upon square root 2, but both the values will be same. Got it? So you should proceed only if and if you have this discriminant to be 0 or positive. That is very important. Now we try to solve some statement type questions here in this, how you can go with them. Just see. Okay, let us take one more example. Let us take for you people, we can take one more example. Like what you have to do is, you have to find out, question is find the discriminant, find the discriminant here, and you know the nature of the roots also. So you can have the nature of roots here, like let us suppose we are taking example that find the value of x k for each of these equations so that they have equal roots. For equation is having equal roots. Equal roots means, let us suppose this is the equation 2x square plus kx plus 3 equal to 0. For equal roots, discriminant should be equal to 0. That means b square minus 4ac should be equal to 0 over here. Got it? So b square is k square minus 4ac, a is 2, 3, like this. So k square is equal to 4 to 8 is 24. So k will be equal to plus minus 24. Got it? Or you can write in this manner, minus 2 root 6. Got it? So in this manner you can solve it out. Now let us take some more examples, some statement type questions in a hurried manner like this. This is the case here. Just see. A rectangular park is to be designed in such a manner whose breadth is 3 meters less than, you can see here, whose breadth is 3 meters less than its length. Got it? Its area is to be 4 square meters more than the area of a park that is in shape of an isosceles triangle with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park and of altitude 12 meters. Find its length and breadth. I repeat, a rectangular park is to be designed whose breadth is 3 meters less than its length. So we try to solve it side by side. Let us suppose there is a rectangular park in this manner. A rectangular park is there. Got it? Whose breadth is 3 meters less than its length. So let us suppose breadth is x, so length will be x plus 3. So let us suppose, what you are supposing is that breadth of rectangular park, that is x meters. Got it? So length will be x plus 3 meters. So what you are doing again, its area is, what will be the area of this park area of rectangular park, what is that? So it is length into breadth, x into x plus 3, what you get, x square plus 3x. This is the first equation. Got it? Now what they are saying is its area is to be 4 square meters more than the area of a park that is in shape of an isosceles triangle. So we draw an isosceles triangle here, because the side of the isosceles triangle will be with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park. As you can see, the base of this isosceles triangle is this, and it is the breadth and of this rectangular park, and with this altitude is 12. So what will be the area of this triangular portion? What will be the area of this isosceles triangle? So area of this isosceles triangle will be half base into height. Got it? So it will be like this, half base is x into height 12, so you get 6x meter square. This is also meter square. So according to question, what is the equation is that its area is to be 4 square meters more than the area of this park. That park is in shape of an isosceles triangle. So just compare both those areas. So what you get is x square plus 3x will be equal to 6x plus 4. Got it? So you have to add 4 on the side on which area of isosceles triangle is taken. So what you will get is x square minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now what you will do, just take the discriminant first of all. So discriminant is b square minus 4ac, that is 9 minus 4 into 1 into minus 4. Then what you get is 9 plus 16, that is 25, which is greater than 0. So obviously you will be getting the roots. So what will be the roots over here? Using the quadratic formula, it will be 3 plus minus root 25 upon twice of a, that is 2. So it is 3 plus minus 5 upon 2. So what you get is x is equal to, once you get 8 upon 2, and else you get minus 2 upon 2, minus 1 or 4. You will neglect or ignore the negative figure because length couldn't be in negatives or breadth couldn't be in negatives. So what will be the length over here? Length will be obviously x plus 3 it is. So what you get is x plus 3 means 4 plus 3, that is 7 meters, and what will be the breadth here? It will be 4 meters. I hope you are getting the question. Now come on to the next question. A pole has to be erected at a point, you can see, I hope, a pole has to be erected at a point on the boundary of a circular park of diameter 13 meters. So there is a circular park over here and its diameter is 13 meters, as you can see, 13 meters, in such a way that the difference of the distances from two diametrically opposite fixed gates. There is a fixed gate like this. Let the fixed gate A is here, B is here. So two fixed gates are there, A and B. On boundary is 7 meters means we are taking a pole over here. P is the pole, and try to understand the question. The difference between the distances of this pole from both these opposite points on this circle is, that difference is 7. So what does it mean is, if you take PB as x, then PA will be equal to x plus 7. You can take it. So let BP is x meters. So what AP will be x plus 7 meters, as you can see here. Got it? Now what you have to do is, you just use the Pythagoras theorem, because angle APB will be 90 degrees, because this is angle in a semicircle. I hope you know the identity. So because AB is the diameter, so APB will be 90 degrees. So you can use the Pythagoras theorem. So in this triangle APB, what will happen? The square of AB is equal to square of AP plus square of BP. That is 13 square plus is equal to x plus 7 square plus x square. So what is it? What you get is 169 is equal to x square plus 49 plus 14x plus x square. Now what will happen? 169 is equal to twice of x square and x square, twice of x square plus 14x. Got it? Plus 49. So what you get? 2x square will be equal plus 14x will be equal to minus 120 equal to 0, or you can say x square plus 7x, take 2 as common, minus 60 will be equal to 0. So here also what you can do, just you can split the middle term. Very simple, you just split the middle term like this, as I am doing here. So after once you split it, you can get factors 12 and 5, because it is 7. 12 minus 5 is 7, minus 60. Got it? X into x plus 12 minus 5 x plus 12. That is, so x minus 5 and x plus 12 are the factors. So x can be 5 and x can be minus 12. The distance couldn't be, as you know, x is the distance, so distance couldn't be in negatives, so you ignore this negative value and take the positive value. So the distance of pole from A will be, from A it will be x plus 7, that is 12 meters, and from B that distance will be obviously 5 meters. I hope you are getting the question here. Now the last example for today that I am going to discuss with you, that is this one. A motorboat. Just try to see this example. Now it's clear. A motorboat whose speed is, as you can see, 18 kilometers per hour in still water. Got it? It takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometer upstream than to return downstream to the same spot. Find the speed of the stream. So what you can see here is, let speed of stream is x kilometers per hour. Very simple question. We have done this such type of question in our previous topic also, in linear equation in two variables. So like this, just try to memorize it, that try to remember what we discussed there. Here the speed of boat is in still water. Speed of boat in still water is 18 kilometers per hour, as you can see. Let us suppose this is the still water. So its speed of boat is 18 kilometers per hour and speed of stream is x kilometers per hour. So what will be the speed of boat downstream? In downstream, what will be the speed? So it will be 18 plus x. In the speed of boat, the speed of stream will add. This is stream. Downstream means that boat is flowing in the direction of stream. Got it? So speed of stream will be added to the speed of boat. Similarly, for speed of boat in upstream, as you can see, the stream will be in some different direction, in the opposite direction you can say. So it will be 18 minus x. It is kilometers per hour, kilometers per hour. Don't forget the units. Now come on to the question. Question is regarding the time here. So you know the time is, the formula of time is equal to distance upon speed. So according to question, what you get, the distance is 24 kilometers upstream and boat has to return to the same spot. Got it? Boat has to return to the same spot, as you can see here. So what will happen for upstream? It will be, time will be distance upon speed and upstream, 18 minus x. It will be equal to, let us suppose we are equalizing it, 24 upon 18 plus x. So the difference of 1 hour is there. This is the time for upstream and downstream. So just try to think that where this difference 1 hour should be added. So where it should be added, as you can see, the denominator of this very term is less than the denominator on the other side. So means here what you will see, that this value on this RHS side, the term having this value, the value of this term on RHS side will be less because denominator is more as compared to here. So this is less. To equalize both the factors, both the terms, the value of both the terms, what you will do, just add 1 here. Got it? Because the difference was 1 hour. It is given to you. I am not adding on my side. The difference of 1 hour is given to you. So now you try to solve it like this. What you will do, 24 upon 18 plus x is equal to 1. Got it? Now you just take the LCM over here. 18 minus x into 18 plus x is equal to 1. So 24 into 18 plus x minus 24 into 18 minus x, like this. It's very, very simple. Just follow the rules. Everything is very, 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 very simple. You need not do anything. Just try to solve it out. Now what will happen? 24 into 18 plus x minus 24 into 18 minus x. So take it on the other side. You get 18 minus x into 18 plus x. So just solve them out, both LHS and RHS. Just take all the values, all these terms on the LHS side, left hand side. You get x square plus 48x minus 324 equal to 0. Now what you will do, just split the middle term to find out the value of x. So you can do it like in this way. Minus 324 equal to 0. X minus 6 plus 54 x minus 6 here. Got it? So x plus 54 and x minus 6, both factors are there. So you get x plus 54 equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0, like this. So x will be equal to minus 54, or you can get x is equal to 6. Got it? Just ignore the negative value because speed can't be negatives. So what is the answer? So speed of stream is x, that is 6 kilometers per hour. Very simple, very, very simple. So I hope you are getting the quadratic equations. Dear students, I request you that we have tried to solve many questions here, but we have skipped many of them due to time constraints. We are not able to solve each and every question. But if you are having any doubt, you can WhatsApp me on this number 89500919090. You will get prompt solution to your problems. First thing, I am here from Tarun Tutorials, Hisar. Now please do one thing, that please give a like to this video and press on the subscribe button over there, and just press the bell icon also, so that in coming future time you will get a notification whenever I post a new video of related to your course and education. So please do this step. It is very important, so that you get all our videos from time to time, and you get benefited from them. So please post your queries on this WhatsApp number 89500919090. Thanks a lot. Keep watching our videos. Thank you.